Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back on a Friday night for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. Coming at you live tonight from the Circuit of Americas, also known as COTA, down here in Texas. So the track is hot and it is slick. It's an off-camber racetrack, as I've been hearing all week from a bunch of different people. A lot of elevation, as we saw in the pre-race show with Tanner and Tom. Hopefully y'all check that out. If not, there is the episode on the channel here on True Sim Productions. You can go back and check that out. Trying to, real quick here, we're going to be doing a total of 30 laps here tonight. Stage 1 is going to be 8 laps, stage 2 18, and then we're going to have 12 to finish off the race. Fuel, I don't think it's going to be too much of a concern here tonight. We did the truck race last night here with these guys. Fuel wasn't that big of an issue last night. We had the competition caution lap 8. I think fuel is going to be okay, but you're still going to have to worry about your tires. You don't want to overuse those tires here tonight. You could easily burn them up. We've seen it happen last night. Right now, Elliot Drummond, he was the winner of the truck race last night for Front Row Esports. Right now, fastest on the board with a 2:11.77. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go around this track, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Carroll, who has been a heavy hitter here in this series, he's second on the board right now. Jeremy Richmond as well. Steven Johnson. I'm looking in Discord and at timing and scoring at the same time. Steven Johnson, fourth fastest right now. As practice wraps up, ladies and gentlemen, that means it's time for us to head down trackside. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. And thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Qualifying is underway. Everybody, go check out Mullet Music Productions on YouTube as well. I say it every week. Josh provides a lot of the music here for True Sim Productions, and it's the best way for us to help him out is by shouting him out. As we do have open qualifying here for the road course, we got 8 minutes. So pretty much everybody out on track. There's a few who haven't gone out just yet. Raymond Herdina is out on track now. He got into practice a little late. He is contending in the points right now. I believe he's up in the top 5 in points. Let's take a look at Samuel Lawson right here. Looks like he's behind the 88 of Philip Mullinax. Waiting to see, I'm not sure who was one of the first drivers out here. I think it was Steven Johnson, who's currently on his first green flag lap. Just keeping an eye on timing and scoring right now. Michael Wood is on his first lap, same with Carl Lindstrom, Adam Thompson, Jeremy Richmond. Right now we're taking a look at Steven Johnson as he goes down through the S's in this long right-hand corner to this quick left-hander. The thing is, everybody, you're going around these corners and these stock cars super slow. You try to get on the power, you're gonna light the rear tires up if you get on it too much. Down here to, I believe this is turn 11. Hard left-hander hairpin. Really awkward corner. It's got some elevation to it. Down this long straightaway. Actually see. Five minutes left to go, and you see Steven Johnson goes off track there. So what that's going to do is that invalidates that lap time. He's going to have to go back out and try again. Raymond Herdina going down that long back stretch right there. He just came out of turn 11, heading down to turn 12. Chris Carroll sets the first time here in qualifying at 2:14.61. A little bit slower than what we saw him run in practice, but that is only the first lap. Carroll's going to go ahead and run another one. Let's go ahead and see where Carroll's at. He's going down through the S's. That turns 3, 4, 5, and now he's going through turn 6 here. Down to this quick left-hand turn 7. Turns 8 and 9. Got about 4 minutes left to go here in qualifying. And then we'll have about another minute and a half after that to allow drivers who might have taken the green flag for a lap finish up that time. Carroll comes down through turn 11. Lindstrom sets a lap at 2:17.40 for the number 83. Now, Carl Lindstrom has been somebody who has been kind of up near the front, but just hasn't quite able to put together a series of good finishes. Something seems to always happen to this 83, whether it be bad luck or strategy, what have you. Let's see if he can put something good, something together here tonight at COTA. Get a good finish out of that number 83. Currently second on the board right now in qualifying. There are a lot of drivers who are out setting a time right now, or who are on a flying lap, I should say. Heavy braking zone down here to turn 12. Chris Carroll goes a little bit faster at 2:13.83. Michael Wood bumps Lindstrom down from second with a 2:16.62. minutes left to go here in qualifying at the Circuit of Americas for the Front Row Esports Next Gen Cup Series. Ladies and gentlemen, who are we going with tonight? Qualifying getting ready to wrap up here. Only 7 drivers able to put a time in. As I say that, 8 drivers put a time in. Steven Johnson gets one on the board with 2:17.04. So we just wait to wrap up qualifying here. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this being a road course, once the clock actually expires, if a car is taking a lap, go ahead and let them finish up their lap. So Lindstrom trying to put down a quicker time, it looks like here. Same with, I think, Steven Johnson, because he was able to get, I believe he was able to get across the line there as well before time expired. Lindstrom goes across the line, 2:16.66. Johnson across the line, 2:16.84. So qualifying is wrapping up. here at Circuit of Americas. Getting ready to start gridding here for 30 laps. So with the 2-stage cautions, these drivers are only going to have basically 2 opportunities, I believe, to make adjustments on their race cars. Remember, this is a open setup league here tonight for Front Row Esports. As qualifying has officially finished, we're getting ready to start gridding up here. Starting on the pole this evening is going to be Chris Carroll in the number 97, and to his outside, Adam Thompson in the 71. Jeremy Richmond is going to be starting in third, with Michael Woods starting in fourth. Carl Lindstrom is going to be starting in fifth, with Steven Johnson in sixth. Raymond Herdina is going to be starting seventh, with Chummy Miller starting in eighth. Elliot Drummond not able to get a good lap time in there in qualifying. He's going to be starting near the back, but he did have the fastest time in practice. Derek Wynn in the number 11 is going to be starting in 10th, with Samuel Lawson starting in 11th, the governor. Philip Molinax is going to be starting in 12th position. So we keep going down through your field. Cal Butler is going to be starting 13th, with Kyle Clark starting in 14th. Tom Friedis is going to be starting in 15th position, with Josh Beaver starting in 16th. Jonathan Byram is going to be starting 17th, with Tanner Marr shotgun on the field in 18th. All right, looks like we're actually going to have 14 drivers on the grid here tonight. Formation lap starting on the backstretch. Drivers are coming to the green flag. Pace car lights are off. Pace car is going to pull on down pit road, leading the field down through turn 20. First start in the hands of the lights on the flagman here. Chris Carroll leads him down with Adam Thompson to his outside. And we are green here at Circuit of Americas. The whole field's going to go barreling down into turn one. What are you going to do here? What kind of move are you going to make? Steven Johnson throwing it down in there, getting in front of Lindstrom. A lot of contact being made there in the back. Did you see Herdina got out of shape there? He's got some right front damage. Chris Carroll gets out to the race lead as we go down through the S's for the first time this evening. We only got 7 laps to go here in stage number 1. Adam Thompson, he got out to second. And Steven Johnson with a power move on that start gets into third spot. But here comes Elliott Drummond. He's already up 5 spots since the drop of the green flag, and we haven't even done a lap yet. Now starting to catch up to the back bumper of this number 1 machine. So we go down through turn 11 for the first time this evening, now down the long straightaway, where you're going to be able to pull some draft here and maybe get a run on the guy in front of you and jump out of line. Take advantage of this heavy braking zone coming up to turn 12. Drummond keeps the right side tires right on the curb. Right on the back bumper of Johnson. Now going to take a peek right here. We got one around. That's Lindstrom back there. Now, only going to be localized cautions until we get the stage cautions here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He gets it spun back around and keeps going. We're going to go back up to Drummond, who got around Johnson there. So there's a lot going on already on lap 1 here tonight. Now Elliott Drummond starting to reel in the number 71 of Adam Thompson. So we go down through turn 20. We're going to complete lap 1 here tonight at the Circuit of Americas. Or of the Americas. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. Down into turn 1 we go. Drummond's got a great run here on the 71. Just can't get the power down quick enough. Steven Johnson has fallen back just a little bit. Field is starting to spread out. Now we're going to basically be waiting until stage 1. Right now in the points for stage 1, we got one around back here. That's Raymond Herdina in turn 1. He's going to get it spun back around. Now back into 13th. And that's what I wanted to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, Carl Lindstrom is going to be last for points. Now it's only 1 point, but you're still going to get points for the stage here. Right now, Lindstrom holding on to it in 10th. Chummy Miller doing a good job in that number 6 Ford Mustang, sitting there in 9th. Same with Tom Friedis in the number 32, sitting there in 8th. Got Derek Wynn right in front of him as they go down to turn 11. Tom tries to get a run on him here, going down the back straightaway. He is there. He could make a move if he gets the draft. So we go back up to the front of the field right now, Chris Carroll. But he's got Drummond right behind him. So Elliott was able to get around the 71 of Adam Thompson and has now set his sights on Chris Carroll. So we go through turn 7, I believe this is 17 and 18 here. This carousel, this right-hander, double right-hander almost. If we compare lap times, the last time by, Chris Carroll ran a 2:15.39 compared to Drummond's 2:17.24. We're going to see what it is when they cross line this time. Chris Carroll with a 2:12.1 and Drummond with a 2:12.4. So these guys setting pretty good lap times up here at the front, because Adam Thompson right behind them, a 2:15.99, and Steven Johnson was actually a little bit quicker that lap with a 2:15.56. So he was faster in third, but these guys are a little off pace from our 2 leaders right now. Great camera angle. You can see the elevation changes here. What the cars are exactly dealing with here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are fighting insanely, I want to say, out of control race cars. These rear tires are not planted to the ground. They have to be ever so careful on the throttle when they're trying to pick it up. Not only that, you have to watch the wheel hop, especially coming down to these hard braking zones. If you're going all the way down to first gear, you gotta make sure you don't chatter those rear tires. That'll get you out of shape and you'll spin it right around. Right now, Chris Carroll doing a good job setting some consistent lap times. He's got Elliott Drummond right behind him in second. Adam Thompson still holds on to third. Steven Johnson in fourth. We go back and take a look at fifth right now. Michael Wood trying to get around the number 98 of Jeremy Richmond. This is a battle for your fifth position. So it looked like Wood had a little bit of a run right there before we came into turn 17 and 18, but he kind of lost it trying to get on the power down there with that hard left-hander. Hard left-hander being turn 16. And this is my first time broadcasting this track, ladies and gentlemen, so I am too still getting used to what the turns are. As we said, Michael Wood back there running in sixth. Derek Wynn right behind him, now coming out of turn number 20 and down the front stretch. Chris Carroll, still your race leader. We're only about 3.5 laps in right now. Only got a couple more laps to the end of stage one. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot of laps, ladies and gentlemen. When you're running 2.5 minute lap times on average, we'll say roughly about 2 minutes. That's 20 minutes right there for 8 laps. So long way to go around this. I believe it's a 3.47 mile long racetrack down here in Texas. So Drummond was actually a little bit quicker than Carroll right now. He's only about a half a second off of the number 97, and that gap shrinking as we go down here into turn 11. Or I'm sorry, turn 12. So as the setup starting not to agree with the number 97 of Chris Carroll. It seems like Drummond's setup's kind of coming in. Drummond's falling back a little bit. It looks like Carroll has a bit of an advantage through this part of the racetrack, through the second half of the racetrack, we'll call it. And Drummond really gets an advantage on the first half through the faster section, through the S's and whatnot. Out of turn 20 and across the line. We'll compare lap times this time by. As Carroll pulls it out to about 0.6 of a second. Drummond was still about, he was about 0.6 quicker. A 2:12.64 for Carroll compared to a 2:12.04 for Drummond. Let's go back, take a look at Adam Thompson and Steven Johnson. Now, Steven's been slowly catching up to the 71 machine. Starting to figure it out here in this number one. See, Michael Wood is actually starting to catch up to the back of Jeremy Richmond as well. So we got a little 4-car battle kind of going on back here. So we go down the backstretch into turn 12. Looks like we have a couple of drivers on pit road. Samuel Lawson and Tom Freitas. So not sure what happened to those guys. Battle starting to heat up front. Still, it's about a half a second gap. Carroll is holding the advantage over Drummond right now. Ooh, a little loose there coming out of turn 1 for the 97. I mean, he is hanging that thing out. We go on board here. You can just hear him working that throttle. You hear him right there, kind of downshifting, working the throttle, coming out of the corner. Don't want to light the rear tires up. Go on board with Drummond now. He's all over the back bumper, that 97. Looks like Carroll got a little bit of a better exit there coming out of 16. Now going through 17 and 18. Oh, Drummond's got a good run on the 97 right here. He's right on the back bumper. Both of them get loose coming out of turn 1. We are on lap 6. We got about 2 laps to go here before stage 1. Who's going to get them points? Well, they're both going to get points, but who's going to get the playoff point that everybody wants for later in the season? Oh, nice move by Elliott Drummond. He got him under braking down there in 11. Camera angle really didn't show it. We're going to keep an eye on it here going down to 12. Let's see if Carroll can get him back. He goes left, he goes right, gets hard on the brakes, trying to take the lead back over. Has to really check up. Drummond crosses him over and takes it back. So Drummond here coming to take lap 7 as the race leader if he can get through these next couple of corners clean. Carroll tried to take the race lead back over there with that hard braking zone coming down into turn 12. couldn't make it stick. Had to really check up to not go off of the track, basically. Down through turn 20. So we got 1 lap to go here for stage 1. Chris Carroll trying to run back down, or the caution's going to come out now, apparently. This is lap 7. So I guess that is going to be Elliott Drummond for the stage, as these drivers are going to go ahead and catch up to the pace car so we can start pit stops here. We're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening. We will be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best. You got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Shut up and sit down.
33 laps here. We're underway here at Horsepower Bar.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, and drivers are down pit road right now. We do apologize for the little bit longer of commercials here tonight, but got to keep in mind as well, these are some very, very, very long pace laps here at COTA. You see everybody down pit road right now taking 4 fresh tires. Elliott Drummond's going to be down and away, followed by Chris Carroll. Steven Johnson trying to beat him out of pit road. Looks like Chris Carroll was able to get Johnson there, coming off of pit road. So now, looks like Drummond got off pit road first, Chris Carroll second, Steven Johnson. It looks like we're going to re-rack him, restack him, and fire him back off here. We're going to have 20 laps to go when we take the green flag. So we saw the first start of the race. It was pretty wild. We're going to have to see what happens here on this restart. Guys are going to be going for every position they can. Hard to pass here at COTA. This is really the only downside of COTA, to be honest. The track itself is actually a really good racetrack, and I think the Cup guys running here is a really good idea. And I'm talking real life right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the actual NASCAR. I think if they would actually run a smaller configuration, maybe extend the laps a little bit, I think you'd get a better race. Personally. And these new next-gen cars, they do handle a lot better on these road courses. So it does make for better racing on the road courses. But these things are just so big and bulky. All right, pace cars down pit road. Out of turn number 20. I almost said turn 4. And the green flag's going to come back out, and we're back underway. Ooh, a lot of wheel spin right there at everybody. Trying to get a good launch as we go up and into turn number 1 once again. 3 wide on the inside. That's the number 98. Looking to the inside is Steven Johnson. Now he's going to be 3 wide with Adam Thompson. 2 wide coming out of turn number 1. Chris Carroll takes over the race lead once again. So really hectic start right there. Steven Johnson actually lost a couple of positions as we got one going off. That's Herdina, I believe. Herdina goes off the track. He gets spun back around and keeps going. We go back up to the front. Drummond trying to get on Chris. Oh, he's going to throw it down in there. Down into turn 11. He really sent it down in there. How he got that thing to stick without the brakes locking up, I have no idea. But he made it work. So Carroll trying to get a run back on Drummond right here down through turn 16. Johnson hanging on back there. Got Carl Lindstrom holding on to 5th. Chummy Miller in 6th. Richmond has fallen back to 7th after trying to make a power move on that start to get some track position. We go back up front. Still Chris Carroll and Drummond. Adam Thompson is back there as well. But it was about a second off from Carroll and Drummond that time by. We got 19 laps to go. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we do have another stage caution coming out here on lap number 18. We are currently on lap 11. So only a few more laps and we're going to be under caution for stage number 2. And then it's going to be basically a 12-lap shootout to finish this thing. I wouldn't really call 12 laps here a shootout, though. That's a long shootout. Ooh, Carroll. He sees this move coming from Drummond here, going down into 11 one more time. Makes it stick. Carroll's going to try and cross him back over. And I know Carroll is just thinking to himself, how in the world is he getting on the brakes that much? Going down into 12. Carroll takes a peek, shows the nose to the inside. He's going to go for it. Great battle going on right now. The 33 and the 97. Let's come down here to turn 19 with 19 laps to go. Chris Carroll, he is really driving in hard, trying to get up to the back bumper of Drummond once again. He's got a good run here, going down the backstretch. You see Adam Thompson back there in the distance, and then go back a little bit further, you got Steven Johnson. We're watching this battle up at the front, though. These two are the closest on track and putting on a good show for us here. 18 laps to go. Only about, I want to say, 5 to go here in the stage. You see both of them are kind of running a little bit of different entries on certain corners. I don't know if that, because we know on ovals with these cars, right, the air on the front of the car is just key. Getting out into that clean air, does that affect these cars here on road courses like it does on the ovals? I don't think as much, but I think it's there. You can see Chris Carroll has been struggling trying to find a way around the 33 here for a couple of laps. I mean, he's there. He's shown the nose a couple of times, and now you see Drummond starting to pull away just a little bit. So we got to take a look at Adam Thompson right now, running in third. He's got about 7-second gap to Steven Johnson. Now Johnson has about a 3-second gap back here to Lindstrom, who is making his way around Jeremy Richmond. And that is for the 5th spot. So the 83 doing a good job out here, being consistent, has a clean race car, trying to just get a good top 5 finish. Points matter here, ladies and gentlemen. Even you see Raymond Herdina, we've seen him go off track once or twice. He's managed to not hit anything, spin the car back around, and now out there running in 7th. Right behind him, though, you got Chummy Miller also having a good race right now, sitting in 8th. Go back to Mike Wood. Now, we saw Mike up at the front a little bit earlier in the race. Now he's falling back to 9th there after that restart. Maybe threw something at the car with the setup, and the car just not liking it right now. Go back a little bit further, you got Kyle Clark in the number 30, and he's the last car on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else decided to put it on a hauler. We saw in chat that old Tom Freitas having internet issues, and we do understand that. But a lot of other drivers, I don't know. Points are on the line. I don't know why we're quitting. Chris Carroll is starting to figure something out. You notice the cloud coverage on the track, ladies and gentlemen, at least down here on the backside of the racetrack. There is a lot of cloud coverage, and that racetrack's going to cool down a little bit, maybe playing into favor this 97 as we got a battle for the lead coming out of turn 11. Ooh, Carroll just could not get the power down. Now we got a battle going down here into turn 12. We're battling for this stage, everybody. Chris Carroll wants it. Can Drummond sweep it? Out of turn 20 here and across the line. Taking a look at timing and scoring, Chris Carroll was about 4/10 faster than Elliott that time. You see Drummond's using all the racetrack, including the curbing. Chris Carroll clips the curb. Oh man, now Drummond, he's just gonna drive off into the sunset. Chris Carroll clipping the curb on the S's. Can we get a replay? Right there, clips the curb and just loses control of it. Hopefully that didn't hurt the car all that much. He's able to get it rolling. Man, that's unfortunate. Sorry about that, I forgot to press the button. So that should allow Elliott to just kind of walk away with it right now, just be smooth. Got another problem back here for Herdina, I believe. Let's go back and see what happened to Herdina. Oh, just gets a little wide right there. And it's easy to do on that corner. It is such a slow corner. The car does not want to turn. You're using a lot of brake to get that thing to rotate. Chris Carroll lost about 7 seconds right now, but luckily he is going to get the stage caution. He's going to be able to catch back up, make another swing of adjustments at this race car, and go back at it and try again 12 more laps. As you saw right there, Carroll got big time loose coming out of turn 20. Drummond is just pulling away now, has a 9-second gap. So what happened probably is when Chris Carroll spun out like that, he heated them tires up, trying to get back into his rhythm with them heated up tires. They're just slick on this pavement, no grip. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Steven Johnson back here in fourth. Everybody's really spaced out right now. This is the closest we got right here. Jeremy Richmond managed to get his way around Lindstrom, so Lindstrom falls back to sixth. Michael Wood around Herdina now. We got a battle going on right here. Herdina's going to take a peek to the inside, going down into turn 12. Ooh, he locks up a little bit there. It looks like they almost make a little bit of contact. Ooh, the 87 really checks up right there. Wood has to get hard on the brakes. Let's go back and take a look at Shummy Miller. He's back in ninth. And 10th rounds out the field is Kyle Clark. He's still managing to keep that thing out there. He's going to be able to get some stage points here, sitting in 10th, so that's good job for the number 30 sticking this thing out. So Chris Carroll has been able to close that gap by a little bit, about 2/10. He is running a little bit slower than Drummond right now, but the caution flag does come out, so that should end stage number 2. So stage 2 winner is going to be the 33 of Drummond, and it looks like Drummond's just got that car hooked up tonight. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, stage 2 is going to end. Elliot's going to wait and pick up the pace car here. We're going to come around and do our next round of pit stops. When we come back, let's see if we can't talk to one of these drivers here and see how they're doing. But stick around. We'll be right back.
Shut up and sit down.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, and pit stops are happening. And we saw Carroll try to get a good jump out pit road last time. Off pit road, Drummond's going to beat Carroll. Looks like Thompson's going to get out third, and Steven Johnson comes out fourth. Lindstrom fifth, Wood sixth. A few drivers still on pit road, Miller, Clark, Richmond, all those guys. See if we can't get a word in with Steven Johnson. Steven Johnson, driver of the #1 machine. Sam in the booth, you got a copy. Hey, it's going, man. How's that car feel out there tonight? We seen you up there in third, and then kind of fell back to fourth. Did you take a swing at it on the setup here? You think you got a shot?
I have no idea how the build was set up, so I'm just out for a nice little relaxing Friday night drive, watching the two Red Bulls duke it out in the front, and I think I got something for Adam, and we'll see. Definitely nothing for the top two, so maybe if they run into each other, but I mean, we'll see what happens. It's they're definitely keeping it exciting up there.
So are we able to go to the end here on fuel, or nobody has to worry about that?
Correct. Fuel's no factor. We have about 13 laps of fuel remaining. It looks like we're going to go to green with 10 to go, so fuel is no issue. We're going all the way.
All right, man. Well, hey, it looks like you guys are getting ready to go back green this time by, so we'll let you get back up there, and good luck to you in the rest of the race.
All right, appreciate it. We'll try to make it exciting for you.
That was driver of the #1, Steven Johnson. You heard him. Fuel not going to be a factor for the rest of the race. So 10 laps. Elliott Drummond's going to lead him down. Pace car's going to pull down pit road. Elliott Drummond's going to lead him down to turn 20. All right, who's going to make the move here? Green flag back out in the air. 10 laps to go. Side by side down into turn 1. Oh, Adam Johnson. Steven Johnson's going to go around. We're 4 wide. Everybody going for it. Why does everybody I talk to get involved with something? Oh my goodness. What in the world was that kind of... I don't know. Oh my God. Can we... I want to keep an eye on this battle. Is Chris Carroll going to make a move down into turn 11? Where we've seen it happen a couple of times here tonight. He's got a good run here. And then we'll go back and take a look at that restart. Doesn't look like Carroll's going to be able to get there. Let's go back and take a look at that restart. It's down into 1. Looks like Johnson just kind of loops it on his own there. But, I mean, Thompson just sends it in there. Herdina going around. Drummond even gave the 71 a shot. Like, nah. Wow. That drops Steven Johnson back to 8th, and he's got his work cut out for him now. Oh, Emmett Miller. Oh, and Herdina coming in late. What in the world? We'll see what happens. So Chummy gets a really bad exit right there out of 11. Goes down into, or I'm sorry, that was 12. Down into 13 here, locks it up. Steven Johnson runs wide, and then it looks like Herdina was going to run wide as well. Locks up and gets into Johnson. And there's a lot going on right now. 9 laps to go. Drummond's out to a pretty convincing lead right now over Chris Carroll. I don't know if Carroll is saving tire or what he's got going on here, but you know, for the last 20 or so laps, we saw him right on the back bumper of this 33, and now he has fallen back. Third place, Adam Thompson. Richmond runs 4th. And Lindstrom holds on to 5th. Take a look at lap times compared to Chris Carroll. See, Drummond was 2 seconds faster than Carroll lap 21, but Carroll had the advantage on 18, 19, and 20. As I say, those were under caution as we're looking at it, but this track is just so long, ladies and gentlemen. It takes a long time to complete a lap here. And Drummond's just putting them together here tonight. 8 laps to go. Drummond continues to put him down. Chris Carroll in second. Last time by, Carroll was, I'd say, a little under a second slower than Drummond. 8 laps, though, that's a long way to go. It looks like Carroll might be overdriving it, maybe just a little bit, trying to catch up to the 33. Doesn't even have the advantage of getting the draft down these long straightaways anymore either, being about 2.6 seconds back. We go back a little further. We got Adam Thompson. He's about 6 seconds off of Chris Carroll, 9 off of our race leader. Jeremy Richmond, he's about 12 seconds off race leader right now. About 4, maybe 3, about 3.5 off of Adam Thompson right now, trying to catch up to him, maybe get a podium here tonight. Michael Wood holds on to 5th. He got around Lindstrom. He's running faster lap times than Jeremy Richmond, so that number 99 could make his way up there into the top 4, I'd say. If we take a look at the last lap times here, I'm looking at it, it's 2:15 to a 2:14. So Michael Wood was faster than Richmond that time. But as I say that, we're talking about him, and he locks it up now under fire from Lindstrom once again. And Lindstrom's gonna have a good run here going down the front stretch. So Drummond actually just ran the fastest lap of the race at 2:11.3, but Chris Carroll ran at 2:11.5. And Carroll is now a little under a second. He is running Drummond down. I mean, he can see him. Carroll is hanging out that number 97 right now. We got 7 laps to go. Drummond still leads. Gap is about 1.5 seconds. Carroll's gained about a 10th through that last section of the course. Had to turn 20 down the front straightaway. It goes back up to about 1.6 seconds. Last time by, though, Chris Carroll at 2:11 to Elliott Drummond's 2:12. Carroll's got something figured out here in these closing laps. 6 laps to go here at COTA. Gap's starting to close a little bit more. There's the gap right there. Oh, Carroll locks him up a little bit going through 12. Drummond out of 20 once again. It's going to be 5 laps to go this time by for the number 33. We're going to compare lap times this time. Ooh, Drummond with an 11.56. Carroll an 11.54. I think if Carroll wouldn't have locked up, he probably would have been in a little bit quicker as well. Ooh, Carroll's got to be careful. He hit that yellow curbing once. He is making ground, though. He's right there. Gap has shrunk. The gap's continuing to get smaller here. So out of turn 19 down into 20, the gap right now is showing 1.3 seconds. Carroll's managed to close it about 3/10. But I don't know if it's going to be enough here. We got 4 laps to go. That time by, Carroll was still quicker. So Drummond either needs to do one of two things. He needs to just kind of keep doing what he's doing, or he needs to let up just a little bit and save a little bit of his tires. Because, I mean, if you look in your mirror and you see that 97 getting bigger, you really don't want to burn your stuff up. You want to be able to defend that position. Gap increase back up to 1.5 seconds, 1.4. So Drummond was a little bit better through the beginning part of the racetrack right there, down into 11. Looks like Carroll got some pretty good traction coming out of 11 down the backstretch. Ooh, looks like Drummond might have got a little loose right there. Coming down into 16. Carroll's there. Gap was right under a second there for just a hot second. Might have an exciting finish here tonight. Gap is down to 1 second. So we cross the line, 3 laps to go. Riding on board with Drummond. It looks like he's got a good rhythm going through the S's here. Let's go to Carroll. Gap 1.1 right now. 3 laps to go here. But that's a long, long 3 laps. We're down the back straightaway. Carroll got a second gap here. Or Drummond has his second gap over Carroll. Carroll's technically in the draft right now. He can pick up just a little bit of time down the backstretch with that. Into 12. Oh, it shrinks even more. 0.7. Last time by, Carroll was quicker. Carroll is wheeling that thing. Coming down to turn 20. It's going to be 2 laps to go. Gap under a second. Ooh, little lock up there. Doesn't look like it hurt him all that much. He is going for it, though, ladies and gentlemen, down through the S's here. Gap is under, almost under half a second. It's about 0.6 right now. Oh, Drummond's gonna lock up. Carroll's gonna go for it. Oh, now the gap shrinks. Carroll definitely got some draft now. Down the back straightaway. Got 2 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Carroll's got to move. He's going to take a peek, show the nose, but can't make it quite. Oh, he's there. Drummond's pushing for his life right now. They both leave marks coming out of that corner down into 17. Oh, that was turn 16, sorry. Down into 17 and 18. Under half a second. Carroll's pushing it. White flag in the air. Gap is a half a second to Elliott Drummond from Chris Carroll. Brakes are heating up right there as they go down into 1. Chris Carroll's there. Little wiggle coming out of 1. Down through the S's for the final time. Ooh, Carroll pushing it on the edge here. You see him wiggling all over the place. I mean, he is absolutely pushing it. He is there. there. We saw Drummond lock it up going down in 11 last time. Carroll tried to capitalize on it. Gap is 0.3 of a second. We got a race here. Down into 11, hard braking zone. Carroll shows the nose. Looks to the inside. Not able to get there. He's gonna, he shouldn't have sacrificed that good run coming off of 11. Down and back straightaway for the final time. Carroll does have a good draft here. He's gonna have to really send it into 12 though. Oh, he does too. So does Drummond. Oh, Carroll, they make contact. Oh, Carroll almost goes around. I think he really tried to send it in there. Still can make something happen here. It's not over yet. It's only got a couple more corners. He's gonna have to go for it if he can get a run right here. I don't think he's gonna have enough. It looks like Elliott Drummond comes out of 19, down into 20. Carroll's got one final shot at it, but he's not close enough. Drummond's gonna come out of turn 20 and take home the win here at Coda. Well, I tell you what, Elliott Drummond's gonna have to burn it down here. We're waiting to see what he's gonna do, but we are gonna pull up our third place finisher and talk to him right now because he's already out of the car on pit road here, and that is Adam Thompson, driver of the 71. It's Sam in the booth. You got me.
Hey, what's up?
Hey man, third place finish here tonight. Kind of walk me through it. I mean, Coda, not an easy track, long race.
No, dude, it's brutal, and I am not a road course racer. So for me, it was kind of, I was in a weird spot tonight because I was like, I knew I wasn't going to catch first or second, but I didn't really have much of a challenge from behind. So I kind of just felt like I was out cruising for 30 laps. It wasn't a whole lot of fun, but, and you know, I think the big thing here is just keeping it on the track and not wrecking yourself, and you get a good finish.
Well, hey, you come home third place tonight, and with the season that you've had so far, you got to be happy about that. It's a good points day for the number 71. You say you're not much of a road course racer, but we go back to oval racing here next week, so I'm sure you're happy about that, right?
Yeah, where are we at? Richmond, right? I love Richmond.
I believe that's where we're at. Well, I can double check for you here.
Yeah, pretty sure that's where we're at. But yeah, I'm excited for it, and congrats to the top two drivers on their finishes. And thanks to you guys in the booth. I appreciate it. Thanks to Front Row Esports for putting this on, and we'll hopefully talk to you next week.
All right, man. Hey, it sounds good. Hey, congratulations again on getting a third place finish here tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, brother. We'll talk to you next week.
I don't know why people are dragging themselves into the broadcast live booth while I do that, guys. Don't do that. You get me all screwed up when you do that. Now we got to talk to Chris Carroll. I believe he's in, let's see, is he in here? Nope, Chris Carroll doesn't even want interviewed. All right, cool, Carroll. Thanks, buddy. Let's go ahead and talk to our winner. Elliott Drummond, driver, the number 33, taking home the win here tonight, and kind of had your word cut out for you there, Carroll. Almost got you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like whoever had the rabbit out in front of him was better, because when I was behind him, I was able to close up to him and like stay with him. But once I got past him, he kind of stayed there. But I only got that gap because he made a mistake, I think, in like the slowest part of the track, which cost him like a lot of time. So if he didn't make that mistake, he's probably on my bumper the whole time. But I mean, I feel like I could have had a better race. I mean, I had a lot of mistakes that I shouldn't have had. I had too many off tracks that I shouldn't have had. But we got the win, so I'll take it. But I feel like I could have done better.
Well, hey, man, you come home with a win here tonight. Well deserved. You had to fight off a hard charging Chris Carroll to get it. You both led some laps tonight, but you managed to hold off for the win. Who you got to shout out on the number 33?
I don't really got anyone to shout out. Well, I'll shout out Adam and Chris for not running into me. Like when Adam sent it on the restart and then Chris on the last lap. So, shout out to your families.
All right, man. Well, hey, we'll let you get back down there and celebrate this win, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and close up shop. We're gonna get out of here. I got all my stuff all screwed around right now. Hold on a second here. All right, race results are on your screen. Elliott Drummond taking home the win. Chris Carroll second. Adam Thompson third. And that's going to do it for us here at COTA. No dirt racing tomorrow night. It got pushed back a week. Everybody's going to be running the 12 hours of Sebring. So we got a night off. And we'll be back for Blazing Pedals on Sunday. So we hope to see you guys there. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Later.